system we're going to evaluate is the abdomen. This is going to be one that you want to really make sure your handler is holding them appropriately, because you're going to be fairly invasive in your patient's space, and so you want to make sure that you and your handler are safe from the head and that they're in a nice stable position. So Natalie is continuing to keep him in a nice position here, hand under the head, and then one hand underneath the chest and abdomen. So when I am palpating a larger dog, I am going to actually put one hand in between the legs and bring my other hand on the outside. And the reason for that is I want my fingertips to be facing up, and I make these little otter paws, and the reason for that is I want to bring all of my sensitive fingers, all those nerve endings in your fingertips, into the concentrated space so I can really appreciate what I'm feeling in that abdomen. So where I start, again, I'm going to go between his legs. I'm going to go just caudal to his ribs. I'm going to go in the most dorsal aspect, and with my fingertips pointing up, I'm going to make a prayer position and slide my hands all the way down and in a gentle but firm pressure. And sometimes I'll increase my intensity with pressure over time. I don't want to just quickly, push down and alarm my dog. So I'm just going to kind of slowly let him know I'm here. Now that he knows I'm here, I'm going to push a little bit harder. And you can see I'm sliding directly dorsal to ventral. And this is the motion that I want you guys to make. It's a very specific pattern that we expect you to know for the OSCE. So once I've gone all the way down, I'm going to bring my hands back up. I'm going to advance caudally just a little bit. I'm going to swing my hands all the way down in that prayer position. And I've got space to do one more pass. I'm going to go back up to dorsal, advance caudally, swing all the way down with gentle prayer position, gentle pressure. I shouldn't be feeling any masses. It should be nice and smooth. Those organs should just slip right through my fingers. If there were to be an enlarged organ or a mass, that would cause my fingers to kind of catch and slow me down. In a healthy dog, I shouldn't feel the uterus. In a healthy dog that's not pregnant, I probably won't feel the spleen. I may feel the caudal pole of the left kidney, but for him, I don't. He's got such a large thorax, it's hiding that in there. And so once I've done my, hey buddy, you're okay, come in there. Since he is showing us a little bit of resistance here, I'm gonna make this a positive experience for him. And so once I've gone through and I've palpated out his abdomen, I want to also palpate his bladder. And so I'm going to do that by just using one hand. And this is where you are allowed, instead of going dorsal to ventral, we want you to go ventral to dorsal. I'm going to just go kind of where his prepuce is located and bring my hand up towards his spine. And if I swing my hand, he's really going after that. We'll just let him do it. So if I swing my hand cranial and caudal, I may feel that urinary bladder slip through my fingers. It's going to feel like a soft water balloon if it's full. Now, if they've just voided their bladder, you may not feel anything back there. But again, our important thing is to keep our fingertips up and move dorsal to ventral and cranial to caudal. Now, if I had a small dog or a small cat, I can just use one hand, and I'm going to use this position like so. So, I'd have my handler restrain the dog, and I would start, appreciate where the ribs are, and I would just slide my hands down, and then advance caudally, slide my hands down, and then advance caudally, slide my hands down. And so that's how it would be for a smaller patient. This would be true for small dogs as well as cats.